I've dropped about 60 pounds since the last time I was on camera. Feeling pretty good. I just had a recent little health scare, little cardiac event that took me out of work for about 10 days. It's been 6 months since I've streamed, and even before that, I wasn't streaming much. And I've spent the last 6 months really kind of battling with myself. I remember the day that I was let go from Denzo. There's a new emphasis on quitting smoking cigarettes after this most recent little heart scare that I had. But I remember thinking that walking into work that morning. And I went about my normal job. I did the same thing every single day. I was really good at what I did. I was the fastest person on all three shifts at what I did. On the fast track, I was getting hired in within 2 weeks. I had been fast tracked to get hired in. Um, I'd been hired in there before. So 2 weeks. And that morning I started about my day, and we had these little carts. So like at Denso, we work with these cores. I worked in radiators. We build radiators, and I was working in core assembly. So we basically we were the very first process in the building of a radiator. um, my particular line dealt with HVAC, heating and cooling, and we started that process. So we had the raw green cores, and we would have them in stacks of, I believe it was 50. And we had these little carts that we would pull them off of the stacks, the raw cores off the stacks. We put them on our cart and we take them to my station, where we would begin the work. I was, depending on the part, I was the very first step in the process. I did about half of the parts my line did on my machine. So I get through the first stack, and I didn't do the thing that I was supposed to do every day, because third shift sucks, and it sucks across the board pretty much at Denso. I didn't do my point check to make sure my little lever that holds the cores on the cart was secure. I made it about 4 steps, and that stack of cores went. I was drug tested on the spot, fired on the spot 2 weeks before I was hired in. That fucking sucked. And that kind of rattled the whole, whatever was left of the whole experience bullshit. Like any latching on to the faith that that experience had been somehow like this real thing. There's a new emphasis on quitting smoking cigarettes after this most recent little heart scare that I had.